Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with...
Brandy.
And the critters, of course. It is Vlogmas number 19, December 19th, and this marks the 6-month anniversary of Miss Jellybean. This is the day we drove down to get her. It was a 5-hour round trip, so worth it. Right, Jellybean? She's like, I can't talk to you now, Mom, I'm sleeping. But anyway, yeah, so, best birthday present I ever had in my whole life. So, no, my birthday is not June 19th. My birthday is July 4th, as all you guys know. But that's when we found her, and that's when we went and got her. So, you know. This is Crock Pot Sunday with Teresa. We've decided I like my crock pot. I'm a crock potter. I love my crock pot, okay? I don't want to use it all the time, but I really do love to use it when you want to just throw a bunch of stuff in there and let it cook all day, and you smell all the wonderful aromas, and it's a good way to use up leftover stuff. And I'm making what they call Fiesta Chicken, and I thought I would share that recipe with you guys. If you're friends with me on Facebook, it is on my timeline, so you can go check it out there. Come on, little phone. Bring it up, little phone.
And we'll give, when you do your video tomorrow, we'll give a review of what we think of it.
Yes. It was easy. All the ingredients, obviously, since I have it in the crock pot, are now, you know, I had on hand. Maybe I'll never get to do it. I do not know what's going on. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to try it one more time, people. Oh, your brother posted a picture of you and your dad.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay, let me see. So sorry. Okay, this is Fiesta Chicken in a Crock Pot by RestlessChipotle.com. And like I said, if you're friends with me on Facebook, it's on my profile. So let's see. Basically, just kind of throw all this stuff in there. I already had over half of a rotisserie chicken left. We had done a rotisserie chicken in our new oven thing, and which turned out really well, except for we didn't realize that the chicken was going to be it was a plump little sucker. That's all I can say. Okay. So this is a crock pot recipe. Like I said, I already said that I love crock pot. It has your chicken. You can use chicken thigh. You can use light or dark meat. You could use it raw. Mine happened to already be cooked. You use a can of tomatoes. Is it Rotoli is how it's pronounced? Rotel tomatoes, or you can use just plain diced tomatoes. A can of green chilies, a small can, corn, and beans. Now, this called for black beans, but I only had dark red kidney beans, so that's what's in there. You can add frozen onions and peppers, which I did add. Cream of chicken soup, 1 can, and if you want cilantro. We do not like cilantro at all. And then it says to shred your chicken, which mine already was, and then you add a whole brick of cream cheese. 30 minutes before serving. Well, I just dumped everything in there. And then we had a little bit of leftover Fiesta Mexican rice that Brad had made the other day, and I threw that in there. We like a little bit of rice with our stuff. So I threw everything in there, and it has ingredients too that you can use it for the Instapot as well. But I like to throw everything in there and just let it cook. And like Brad said, we'll let you guys know how we like it. It's a rainy, gray day here today. It looked like maybe it was going to snow to begin with. Yeah. It just the skies remind me of skies you would have when you were going to What are you doing?
I'm chiseling off the waffle batter.
Oh, I couldn't figure out what you were doing. He's cleaning a waffle maker. Yesterday I made, I don't know if I did the video before or after. I think I did it after, do you think?
I think so.
I told you guys already, then I made the homemade waffles. We still need to put those in bags.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of both piddling out in the kitchen a little bit. It's kind of a relaxing, chill day. I'm hoping we can find a couple Christmas movies to watch. I got my loom knitting out here. My gout is quite painful today. The rest of me is not near as painful as it has been. I think the flare is pretty much really subsiding, but that gout is just zinging on this left foot, just woo. But it'll get there. I need to push more water and stuff to get it to break loose. And I don't really have anything else. I did a little bit of diamond painting last night, and then I just kind of played games on my phone and watched rerun of Teen Mom 2 on Netflix. That was about it. What do you think?
I think so.
I'm going to wrap some presents at some point in time before Christmas. I am going to wrap some presents. Probably not today. I'm kind of waiting until you get stuff off that table. That would be a good excuse to why I could not wrap any presents, wouldn't it? That I did not have a table surface one. Watch, he'll bring out his little portable table that you can just put up.
Like that one I got sitting right there by my...
I don't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, I will point it out to you.
Oh, really? Would you really?
I would love to.
Wow. I will have you all know, I am TikTok famous. Maybe you've heard of me. I will remember all of my friends from way back when, okay?
All those little people, huh?
Yes, because I am like 5,200 followers. What? And I make the stupidest TikTok videos. Mine's all comedy, okay? I ain't trying to be sexy because I know I'm not sexy.
Yes, you are.
I don't feel the energy to put in to try to gussy myself all up. And, I just rather, if I don't, I make all my videos, I normally have any makeup on. But they have the apps where the effects where you can look like you're wearing makeup and stuff. I have a good time. So if you guys are looking, it's my name, Teresa Heidi, all one word. All one word. But I have fun. And I don't want to hear any, I don't do TikTok. I don't have TikTok. Well, you should. It's fun. Let's not get, just because we're a certain age, let's not get stuck in a rut. You got to keep progressing. That's what keeps you alive and keeps you interested in the life around you. Yeah. Learn that technology. Of course, we're never going to be as good at technology as our children or our grandchildren because they grew up with this stuff now. But, like that, if you are not on the computer at all, it's pretty hard to do almost anything anymore. And, I mean, you're never too old to learn. And it's fun to learn. I taught myself how to do the TikTok. And it's fun. Now, it's not Brad's cup of tea. He's done a couple, and I don't know if he'll ever do any more or not. He watches a few people do TikToks, including mine. I mean, but I hate when somebody right away is just like, nope, I don't do TikTok. I don't do this. I don't do that. And it's like, well, okay, it's cool if you don't want to do that, but don't, kind of act like, because those of us that do, we're stupid or anything. I'm just engaging. I'm inquisitive. I've always been that way. Brad will tell you in the course of a conversation, he never has to guess if I understand what he's saying, because I'll ask a million questions if I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to cut the dog's toenails today. That makes me so nervous. I hate doing that, but got to be done.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're never too old to learn, guys. And if it's because you feel kind of overwhelmed because you'll have a younger person just kind of tell them to slow down.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're not the right person to show you. Because sometimes they're not as patient as they should be. I get that way with Brad just because I understand something and he's wanting me to to show him how to do something, and I'm just like, you know how if you when you worked and you'd done a job for a long time, and somebody new comes in and you kind of forget that you were new once and didn't know all this stuff, and so I have to slow it down. So I'm like, well, you know this, and he's like, no, I really don't. I wouldn't be asking if I knew this, right, honey?
Yeah. Well, that's something I've always said is you and I
think
both,
differently.
Yeah, and we both have our areas of expertise.
Absolutely.
And that's what is so neat about this is if there's something I struggle with, I can ask you, and 99% of the time you get it, you understand, and
yeah,
and vice versa.
Because for some very strange reason, I seem to understand how quite a few things work mechanically. Not electronically, but mechanically. I don't know why. But it's just, I guess I kind of understand the motor pulley system, And then there might be some other stuff that you would think, well, if you understand that, you would understand this is a lot simpler. And I'd be going, no, I do not. Right, honey?
Yeah.
There'll be some very simple things I do not. Like people. I do not understand. Social graces, some of that it's like, really? Or the lack of social graces. Let's say that. I'm not a conformist. I've never been a conformist. I'll never be a conformist. Let's just all agree on that. It's just the way I am. This pet video and this woman is shaving her cat's paw. Letting her though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like might want to bite her any minute though.
Yeah.
Yes, we are the type of people that have the animal videos running on the big TV. Like all the time, just about. We will stop for cute animal videos. So
animal videos or police chases.
Yeah, we like police chases too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Or if it's the Crystal Collector is his YouTube channel, we love him. He's always going around digging different crystals and stuff all over the United States. That's pretty fascinating, even here in North Carolina. So that's been exciting. Yeah, Brad's knocking together one more gift, and then we'll get that stuff locally distributed and settle down for a nice Christmas. Christmas Eve, I'm making 7-layer dip. I always make it every year.
Yeah.
This year, I'm changing it a little bit. I'm adding frozen corn, well, thawed out, instead of guacamole because I'm not going to pay over $4, almost $5 for a little container of guacamole. And the prices of avocado and prices of frozen avocado cubes is just as bad. I'm like, are you serious? I can buy this bag of corn for 99 cents. And I'm like, I'm going to alter the recipe. So, yeah, instead of guacamole, we're going to add some corn there, which Brad really likes too, and so do I.
Uh-huh.
So, it's good to change stuff up. So, and then for Christmas Day, I'm making lasagna. And then we did buy a little chocolate cake for dessert. So, keeping the blood sugars in check, speaking of eating stuff that you don't normally eat, it's kind of been a little bit of a challenge, but I'm I test every day, and so does Brad, and thank goodness, because like yesterday morning, my blood sugar was 185, which is just ungodly high for me anymore, but this morning I had it back down to 125. And I reminded myself last night when I really wanted to eat the house down that, it's going to be reflective in your blood sugar. And you don't want to do that. And Brad is getting closer and closer to surgery, so he didn't want to do that either.
No.
And I wouldn't get real disappointed if you don't hear anything back probably from the insurance until after the first of the year.
Probably not.
Because of the holidays and stuff. Because even though the holidays fall on weekend this year, I think probably a lot of places are maybe going to be closed. Well, a lot of places close Christmas Eve anyway.
Well, I know some of the government offices, if the paid holiday falls on a weekend, then they'll either be closed Friday or Monday.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's a paid holiday for the people.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah.
So that's what we got going on here. Anything else? Nothing?
I was going to say something, and
Was it about cooking?
I have no idea.
Brad made the best reduced sugar peanut butter cookies that I have ever had in my whole life. They're just...
Yeah.
That means he
How about
hasn't
those
made
chocolate chip cookies you made?
They were awesome.
Uh-huh.
You ate them?
Uh-huh. I made them.
I know. Nobody told you had to. Right?
And for Christmas morning, I'm going to make cinnamon rolls.
Reduced sugar cinnamon rolls, and he makes the best. You couldn't tell they're reduced sugar. So, yeah, he can make those. That's a request. We used to do monkey balls.
Yeah.
And, but that's a whole lot of work, and, I don't know. It's really hard to reduce the sugar a lot down on that. You can. But I don't know. We just got tired of making it. It was something old. I really, it's good to change things up. Don't get set in your ways about anything.
Well,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
A couple things with the monkey balls is I always have problems getting it to cook all the way through.
Well, that's because, how they really just show a lot of monkey balls being cooked is in a bundt pan.
Yeah.
And I no longer have a bundt pan.
Yeah.
And, I wish I did.
Yeah.
So, one of these days I'm going to get me a new bundt pan. But that's how it cooks the best.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's just too dense there in the middle and just, So, just try to do the best you can. I have no idea about New Year's Day. We normally don't do a whole bunch. We might do some seafood or something, depending on how finances are and how our gout is doing. That could be fun. I'm looking at this dog with the muddy paws on the rugs and stuff. And Charlie went outside last night. He came back in, and I had just put my new sheet on my bed. His paws were muddy. I was not a happy camper. Brad was wiping off the sheet and stuff. Right?
Now he's trying to act like he's not listening.
Charlie, are you listening to me? You were listening to me when I was deboning that chicken, though.
I've got the speaker playing, or the sound for the TV playing on my phone rather than from the TV. And there was a dog howling, and he was staring at my phone.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear it. Yeah. That reminds me of some of those people you'd see up at like Albertsons stuff that you walk past, and they have a bajillion animals in their vehicle. Dogs and stuff. And it's like, holy moly.
A bajillion, huh?
A bajillion. I know there's one lady, I used to see her all over, and she would have a good 10 plus dogs in her vehicle, half of them on her lap.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love my animals too, but it's got to be safe to drive. So.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about, guys, about getting so set in your ways. You meet somebody who is so set in their ways, there's no budging them off an iceberg with a flame torch. Because they just, that's just the way they're doing stuff, and they're never going to try anything different or even think about anything different. And it's like, there's a whole big, diverse world out there. I'm never going to say the way I do something is the best way. I like to always look at different ways to do it. I may find something that's a lot easier, or I may find something that, is not going to work at all. But I like to be, we all have our quirks and our routines and stuff, but I like to be able to change things up, so. I know, I say I don't like change, and I'm like, let's change things up. I don't like massive life changes, but that's just part of life too, so.
But you've adapted, you've gotten a lot better than like when we first got together.
What do you mean?
On any kind of changes. And
I was going through a lot of change when we met.
I know, but you've helped me, just because you're going through change didn't mean you didn't like change. But then you helped me get through the changes too. You know, because I know I was even more stubborn about change than you were.
Yeah, but I think you were too at a point in time in your life where you were ready to
yeah.
I mean, how else are you going to ever get together and or anything if you don't,
take a chance.
Yeah, you got to take a chance and try something new and
yep.
I'm looking for like the Amazon videos to see if there's any decent movies on. I was going to tell these people about it if there is. Let's see.
Well, I know on Netflix, I put in my favorites a couple movies that I thought you would even like.
Okay.
So.
That's nice, I guess. You'd even like. Yeah. I guess so, right? Okay. Let's see. Free to me. Trying to find a Christmas movie. Maybe not. Documentary, out of mind, out of sight. Huh. Okay, here's one. Boxing Day, which I've never heard of. There's one, It's Christmas is Canceled. Another one, Dear Christmas. The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Mistletoe Mix-Up. A Merry Friggin' Christmas. Ooh, that's got Robin Williams in it. That could be good.
Yeah.
Wonderful Life. 12 Dates of Christmas. A Winter Romance. Wild Hogs. That's another good movie.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch that. I love that. Miss Doubtfire. Finding Yourself. Farming the Belle. Big Daddy. I like that movie too. And So It Goes. I don't know about that one. Little Women. All kinds of them. So, The Terminal. I like that one too. So, if you guys, I'm not sponsored by Amazon Prime, of course, but yeah, let's definitely check them out for some movies that would be good. We'll be watching a few of those.
Yeah.
Nothing like sometimes when it gets closer to Christmas, a good Christmas movie. I mean, I'm not so much into the Christmas music. I used to be when I was younger and when we had kids at home and stuff. I loved Christmas music. And Brad got really tired of it because they would start like June 5th or July 5th because July 4th was my birthday. But the day after that, then they start Christmas music. It seemed like, and so any place that you're working that piped in horrible Christmas music that you listen to for 6 months, you begin to loathe the songs. And that's the way poor Brad was. He was always good about, we still wanted to hear it. And we used to love to drive around and look at the lights and sing Christmas carols. And, it was some good times.
Yep.
We had some fun there. That used to be our thing. But, yeah, just something good about some good Christmas music on a cold, rainy day, and you got your stuff in the crock pot, and, yeah, hot cup of coffee and a little puppy dog at your feet sleeping.
Yep.
And a bigger puppy dog on the other side of her sleeping, too.
It don't get no better than that.
So you got anything else to say?
You got it all covered.
Okay. Sorry, don't have anything else really to say. I stretched this out for as long as I could. I'm sure you could tell. I was like, cut my hair, cut my bangs. Okay, you can tell. I hate any kind of hair in my eyes. It starts to brush the tops of my eyebrows, and I'm just like, I hate it, don't I, honey?
Yeah, and how many times have I heard you say in the course of a year, I'm going to grow my bangs out?
You have not heard me say that this
not
past
recently.
year at all.
No, not recently, but
I have grown my bangs out before, and I look horrible. And I have bangs in honor of your grandmother.
Yeah.
Your grandma, but I keep them short in honor of my grandmother.
Yeah.
My grandmother, if she thought your bangs were getting too long, she would walk up to you and she would start parting your hair and brushing it off your forehead. She'd be like, "Yeah, I can't see you. I can't see you. We need to cut those bangs." And his grandmother always had her bangs straight down. Always.
Yeah.
And that's just how she did it. She had real short hair and she had her bangs straight down. And so, so my two favorite ladies, growing up, both named Maxine, by the way, isn't that a big coincidence? Both German. There you go. I think they would have gotten along very well.
Oh, I think so too.
So I think they would have. I know our grandfathers would have gotten along.
Oh, yeah.
Famously. They both loved to work with their hands. They both loved to fish. My grandfather did some hunting, but not a whole lot. But yeah, they would have gotten along great. They would have been pestering and aggravating their wives. You could have had an all-out war, man. Yeah. But yeah, I remember I was telling Brad, "Hey, see, you almost had me gone." My grandparents had a bowling alley that they took over ownership of on July 1st of 1964, and I know this because it was just a few days before I was born. And so I basically kind of grew up in the bowling alley, right? And my grandfather he used to let me just get away with murder. But I was the oldest, I was the firstborn grandchild, and used to live with them for a while before my parents bought their own house. But my grandfather had the keys at that point in time. He's filled his own pop machine and also the candy machine. Well, Grandpa would get those keys and he'd say, "Follow me, Terry Ann." He always called me Terry Ann. And that was the best thing ever because he would unlock that candy machine and tell you could pick out anything you wanted. Yes, yes. And then he might unlock the pop machine, tell you to pick out any kind of pop you wanted too, But it wasn't uncommon. They always let me go behind. They had a cafe there in the bowling alley, and I don't know what age I started cooking my own hamburger and french fries, but I always, got my own pop, and, much to the dismay of whoever worked there, whoever was a waitress. A few times they tried and tell me I couldn't go back there, and I would inform them of whose granddaughter I was, and then they would be like, "Oh, okay." And if they didn't believe me, I'd say, "Grandpa." Been a lot of time bowling. So, oh my God, like a whole afternoon, game after game. Of course, you're bulletproof and got all the energy, But yeah, game after game after game. Of course, you always had your own bowling ball. Did not have your own bowling shoes because you're growing and your feet change so much. But I started bowling in bantam leagues on all the way up. So, but those were some good times, some very good times. You know, my grandmother was the state secretary for the Women's Bowling Association. So when they would go to have like the state tournament, the city tournament, and then you'd have the state tournament, then it would go on to national and stuff. So a lot of times, they'd have to bid. The different bowling alleys would have to bid, or some of the events and categories would be like at my grandparents' bowling alley, and some would be at the other bowling alleys. But anyway, I started working for my grandmother at a very young age too, doing filing and stamping and licking a bajillion envelopes. And I was just so important because you had to stamp it in the right area. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever too that my grandmother had a stamp that had her address on it. Ooh. So, and they sit there and they'd be typing out all the mailing labels, and I put those on, and yeah, it was quite the undertaking. This was way before they did it computerized wise. So, yeah, you see, my whole family for a long time was bowling alley. you know. Brad almost got himself kicked out of my grandparent bowling alley. My grandparents every year would host the one of the local high schools, their senior blast. And it would be all night. You could bowl for as much as you wanted, and they'd bring in pizza and different stuff, and some of the stuff they cook there, and all the cups and everything. Well, my grandfather donated like the ice and the cups, and usually the pop and stuff, and of course use of the bowling alley. And I mean, this would be all night long and stuff. And of course, you'd have to have at least one employee there in case the machine broke down or anything, or you had a lost ball or anything. And Mr. Heidi decided he's going to watch bowling balls, right?
Yeah.
He's over here trying to hide. And I don't remember what my grandfather said to you because I wasn't there, obviously.
And I don't remember.
But they laughed about it years later because Brad was telling my grandfather, recanting the story. My grandfather loved Brad. Brad was like the son he never had, and I mean, he really thought the world of Brad. My grandfather was dying. We all knew he was, and we went over to the house. The hospital bed's in the front room, and I guess he hadn't been real responsive to anybody in quite some time, and Brad came over there, he pulled up a chair, and he started talking to my grandfather, and my grandfather perked up. He was visiting with Brad. You could understand him perfectly. He was so excited, and my aunt had even said he hadn't been that responsive to anybody in a long time, and it meant a lot to him, right, hon?
Yeah, it was so cool.
Well, Brad would take him. My grandfather had lung cancer, and Brad would go and get him and take him to go get his hair cut and cash his check and, just go do some guy stuff.
Yeah.
And that meant the world. Because, my grandfather was used to, there was a group of guys that would come in every morning and have coffee with him, and a lot of times they stopped by in the afternoon at the bowling alley and have more coffee with him. And, then a lot of times that evening, if he was bowling in a league, they were, bowling, with him and stuff, so.
Well, and one of the biggest things, and I know you saw this, but between your grandmother and your aunt, they took away so much from him. And they just wouldn't let him be the guy who he's been.
They completely took it away. And the minute he was diagnosed with lung cancer, they ordered him that he would no longer be going up to the bowling alley. And that killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, he still could have gone up for a few hours a day, even if he just sat there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, 'cause like I said, no longer had any of his friends to talk to or any kind of outlet at all. He was just to sit in the house with my grandmother, and listen to her complain all the time. And, so, yeah. But, yeah, I miss my grandparents. I know Brad misses his. I miss his grandmother. I never really got to know his grandfather. I only met him once before he passed away. But I loved his grandmother to death. She was just... If Brad's really being horrible, I'm like, what would your grandmother think? I'll tell him she liked me better. Right?
Yeah.
Are you hiding over there?
Oh, no, I was going to get me something to drink, but I didn't want to.
Oh, you're being polite.
I'm being polite.
Why?
Because
why are you drinking all the ginger ale, dude?
Because it's almost Christmas, because you opened this about a week ago.
No, you opened it a week ago. No, you did.
No, that was for you.
No, that was for you.
No, it was for you.
No, it's for you. No, you're wrong again.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Can't be right yet, because I don't have any more calendar space.
Love you.
Anyway, I'm going to get off here so he can get something to drink before he parches to death, I can shove you outside and just lay on the grass with your mouth open and...
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not a Wyoming boy anymore. I'm get cold easy.
You do, too. Anyway, love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much, and I hope you're having a good weekend. This is the last weekend before Christmas. So, you know, better be pulling it all together. So, anyway, you guys have a great day. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.